Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about TNT cannons. One of my favorite types of redstone contraptions. Well, they can go from just as simple as this to complex contraptions such as this one. I'm going to be showing you all of my favorite ones that I've created over the past year or so. Enjoy! This is one of the first TNT cannons I ever created, and it's a pretty good general player and mob cannon. Let me show you how it works. The player stands on this fence, and they are blocked in by enchantment tables, which are just high enough so that they cannot be stepped over, like a slab. The player will throw a wind charge at this trapdoor, which will activate an observer. Let me show you how it works in slow motion. If you activate the trapdoor, it sends a pulse with the observer, which makes all of these dispensers fire TNT. And then these command blocks will multiply the TNT with an execute command, while this water balances the TNT perfectly in the center. This is my TNT-powered Enderpearl cannon, and it is completely survival-friendly. This is 3.0 because 1 and 2 blew up. Let me show you how it works. You stand up here and then throw a pearl downwards at the tripwire. If you wait a few seconds, then TNT will come and explode the pearl over there, teleporting me. This one's pretty simple. When I throw the pearl downwards, it activates the tripwire, which activates a bit of TNT. The TNT goes over down this water stream and will eventually launch the pearl forwards. Just give it a moment. Now this cannon has the issue of blowing itself up every so often, which is not great, and is the reason why I decided to make the Pearl Cannon 4.0. This version works in much of a similar way, with the tripwire activating from the pearl in a bubble column. However, the TNT is dispensed, with more of it going down into this hole, and doors are used to stop the two waters from connecting. TNT goes here, Pearl goes here, and then Pearl goes over there. There's also an optional system that will place buttons at the pearl's path so I can see where it goes. So, let's give this a try. And there's a cobweb here for better aiming. Look at that. It goes so much farther than 3.0. I can barely even see it anymore. Yeah, the cannon's all the way over there. This one over here is not really a TNT cannon, it's just a basic player cannon. If I step in here and activate this lever, I get launched by some wind charges. Very simple design, but it gets the job done. Now over here are some of my most complex TNT cannons ever. This right here, this big line, is my TNT anvil cannon. Let me show you how it works. This is where the anvil will land after it's launched. So let's spawn a little test subject for the cannon, and I have to get this wind charge aimed perfectly at that target block for it to work. I got it. So now in just a few short moments, there will be an anvil coming to fall on this guy. Yes, that anvil came from all the way over there. And the best part is, you can actually aim this cannon a little bit based on the pulse length. Let me show you. If you shoot a wind charge, ender pearl, or other similar projectile, it'll go over there. But if you shoot a bow at it, then the anvil will actually land over here. Let's watch how this cannon works, but in slow motion this time. When you put a wind charge at this target block, a bunch of instant repeaters activate, which take the signal all the way over to this contraption over here, where a bunch of repeaters that are not instant go through to mimic the fuse of the TNT, which a bunch has been summoned in with commands. Once it goes, just as the TNT is exploding, the anvil is released, and it's launched very, very far away as an entity. A command block then summons a new anvil to reload automatically. This cannon works very similarly to the TNT cannon. In fact, the TNT summoning mechanism is exactly the same on both. If I activate this lever, it'll shoot a bunch of arrows onto this block, and then release the block at the right time. It's precise down to the 2 blocks all these arrows land on, which I'll show you over here. There and there. That brings us to present day, where I discovered the beauty of snow golem wind charging based TNT cannons. Well, not really TNT cannons, they're wind charge cannons, but they work in the same sort of way. Let me show you how this one works. First, you take a cushion, and then you put it down on this button over here. Just sit in the cushion. Wait, I'm flying right now, hold on. Sit in the cushion, activate this lever, and watch as it summons a bunch of snow golems, splashes them with a potion, and then kills them all with TNT. The combined effect launches me to space. I love this TNT cannon. It's genuinely amazing. I've actually got a couple of bonus TNT cannons for Minecraft version 1.4, which came out in 2012. So let's take a look at them. This contraption uses the fact that pistons can push TNT, since dispensers can't eject them yet in 1.4, into some powered obsidian. And water cannot push TNT yet, so it kind of sits here, but it'll launch this one TNT very, very far. So let's take a look at how it works. Look at that. Hit the bullseye perfectly. I also built the exact same TNT cannon again, but up in the sky for increased range and with a much better target. Let's give this a go. Aw, it didn't do anything. Well, you sir get to live another day. And my TNT cannon kinda works. Well, here it is. This is the monster cannon. This is essentially that first cannon that we saw earlier in the latest version, backported to 1.4. It's very complicated with all the wires that power these pistons, but they all fire at the same time, and we still use the enchanting tables for this. Now, one of my favorite things to do with this specific TNT cannon is spawn a ton of villagers on this fence. It's mostly beta villagers. Oh well, that'll do. And then when I activate the TNT cannon, they just go flying. And they all land in the water. Yay! It's really funny to see all these mobs go flying after my super powerful TNT cannon. But I think it's time for me to give it a try. Well, it is a player cannon after all. Here goes nothing. Whoa. W cannon. But that is unfortunately the last TNT cannon I have to offer. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, subscribing, and checking out my other videos. It helps out a ton. And until next video, bye-bye!